What if the reason your ideas feel flat and predictable isn't because you have too little, but because you have too much? Too much time, too many options, too much freedom. Today, I'm going to prove to you that limits, real, hard, uncomfortable limits, are the single most powerful creative tool you will ever use. And by the end of this video, you are going to want to deliberately take things away from yourself. Stay with me. Let's go. Here is the lie we've all been told, that creativity thrives when you have total freedom. Unlimited time, unlimited budget, unlimited choices. That the blank canvas is where great work is born. Wrong. Psychologist Barry Schwartz proved this with years of research. He called it the paradox of choice. His finding was simple and brutal. More options don't make us more productive or more creative. They make us anxious, paralyzed, and mediocre. When you sit down with a blank page and all the time in the world, you freeze, you scroll, you procrastinate, you produce something average, but give yourself 25 minutes, one topic, and a hard word limit, you write the best paragraph of your life. Every single time. Here's the neuroscience behind why freedom kills creativity. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decisions and creative thinking, gets overwhelmed by infinite options. It burns almost all of its energy just choosing a direction. There's nothing left for the actual creative work. But the moment you impose a constraint, something shifts. Your brain knows the edges. It stops scanning the entire universe for a starting point and pours every bit of its energy into building something great inside the lines. Researchers at the University of Amsterdam tested this directly. People given a specific limitation, even an arbitrary irrelevant one, consistently produced more original work than those given complete freedom. Not sometimes, consistently. This is not motivation talk. This is how your brain is wired. There are 4 types of constraints you can impose on any project anytime, starting today. The first is a time constraint. Give yourself a deadline so tight it scares you. Not comfortable, terrifying. 45 minutes for the whole presentation, 1 hour for the design. The pressure doesn't crush creativity, it activates it. Urgency forces your brain to commit instead of endlessly circling. The second is a resource constraint. 0 budget, 1 tool. Only what's physically in the room right now. Some of the most revolutionary companies in history, Apple, Amazon, Google, were born in garages with almost nothing. The scarcity didn't limit them, it lit them up. The third is a rule constraint. Add 1 bizarre arbitrary rule to your process. Every sentence under 10 words. Only 3 colors. No internet. Write by hand only. Arbitrary rules break the default patterns your brain runs on autopilot and force entirely new creative pathways. The fourth is a scope constraint. Instead of solving the whole problem, solve 1 tiny specific slice of it. Don't redesign the entire app. Redesign only the first screen. Don't rewrite the whole chapter. Rewrite just the opening line until it's perfect. Focused constraints produce focused genius. Wide open scope produces scattered, shallow thinking. Dr. Seuss wrote green eggs and ham on a bet. His editor challenged him to write a complete published book using only 50 words. 50. It became one of the best-selling children's books ever printed. The constraint didn't limit him. It forced him to find genius inside the smallest possible space. Twitter was built on a 140-character limit. What looked like a crippling restriction became the defining feature of an entirely new way humans communicate. Millions of people learned to write sharper and more powerful sentences because the box was tiny. The haiku is one of the most revered poetic forms in human history. 17 syllables, nothing more. Not because 17 is magical, but because that ruthless constraint forced poets to strip everything unnecessary away and find absolute beauty in what remained. Shakespeare wrote most of his work in strict iambic pentameter. That demanding rhythmic form didn't cage his creativity. It channeled it into work the world still reads 400 years later. Constraints aren't where creativity goes to die. They are where creativity goes to become extraordinary. Here is your next step. Not later, not tomorrow, right now, before this video ends. Pick 1 thing you have been putting off. A project, a piece of writing, a creative task, a decision you keep avoiding, something real that actually matters to you. Now put 3 constraints on it before you touch it. 1. You have 30 minutes only. Set the timer right now. 2. You are working on 1 specific piece of it, not the whole thing. 3. Pick 1 uncomfortable rule. 1 color, no internet, write by hand, whatever feels slightly wrong. Commit to all 3. Don't soften them. Don't negotiate with yourself. What comes out of that 30-minute window will surprise you. It will be sharper, more alive, and more original than anything you'd produce with all the time and resources in the world, because your brain will have no choice but to focus completely. The constraint removes every escape route. And when there's nowhere to hide, real creativity shows up. The most creative people alive are not the ones with the most freedom. They are the ones who have learned to build extraordinary things inside small, tight, demanding boxes. So the next time you feel blocked, don't ask for more. Take something away. Add a rule. Set a timer that scares you. Shrink the world down and watch what your mind is truly capable of inside it. If this shifted something in you today, smash the like button, subscribe, and share this with one person who keeps waiting for the perfect conditions to start. Because the perfect conditions don't exist. The constraint is the condition. Let's go.